Kevin Grubb just touches him a little bit. It doesn't take much. Around goes Michael Waltrip. Grubb is able to get by, but behind these cars, we saw cars trying to spin to avoid Jamie McMurray. I don't know if he just spun or if someone hit him in the back, and there we see the contact between Fedewa and the 26.
Yep, and it doesn't take long for it to get jammed up. And like you said, Benny, these cars are on the verge of wrecking anyway, so it doesn't take much of a tap to break a car loose like what happened to Michael right there.
How did Mikey get that stop before he got the inside wall?
This is Mike McLaughlin on board with him. He just gasped it. I don't think he ever cracked the throttle and just drove right by. Ron Hornaday. The C's parted for Hornaday.
Yep. Not for Bobby Hamilton Jr., though.
Yeah, Hamilton Jr. on pit road. Jamie McMurray has gone behind the wall. Tim Fedewa's gone behind the wall. And Ken Alexander's car has been taken behind the wall as well. Liz?
I'm with Tim Fedewa. Tim, it did not take but 6 laps for that trouble to come out. What happened out there?
I don't know. They just got, you know, bunched up. That's what happens when you qualify 30th. I had a bad lap yesterday. Put us in the back, and you know, it's Bristol, and I knew I had to be smart at the start. And I never seen him, you know, until it was too late. And that's Bristol. What can I say? The hole closed up or opened up, and there was little Bobby. So I just hate it. It's a good bunch of guys here. They've given me a great opportunity the last few races to run, and they give me good cars capable of winning, and I appreciate it.
There we see Larry Ford spin up in front of Michael. Now watch as he comes back down. There went Skinner, and the 10 car, Jeff Green, went by on the outside. Some contact with the of Jimmy Johnson, gets in the back of 36, Hank Parker Jr., and around he goes.
They were racing for 18th position. On board Scott Wimmer.
I don't know. You watch it coming down. Come on, go a little low. There you go. Caution will be out.
I love these spotters.
Here you got Matt coming on the inside of Steve, and he was up there a pretty good ways. Steve came down on him and kind of bumped. Steve went up to Bobby, just touched the wall there.
That allowed Hornaday, the 11 car, to get alongside. Right here, these two cars are going to make contact. And then the 57 gets into it. And somehow, some way, those were the only cars involved.
Hornaday's up off the bottom pretty good there. I don't think you can fault Matt Kenseth for that one.
No, you can't. And actually, Steve Park got that damage on the right side of his car on this second deal down here in turn 4.
And we go back under the green. So, Biffle is the leader. Park is second. Jeff Green is back to third. Ryan Newman is up to fourth. And Kevin Harvick is fifth.
Make Kevin Harvick fourth. He just gets by.
And
Ryan
they're not done wrecking behind him. Ashton Lewis gets tagged and spun off turn 4.
Okay, Ashton, put it first and leave.
No caution. Trouble in turn 3. Rich Bickle gets tagged. He's into the wall. Are you sure that moon wasn't full?
No, I saw it. It was only half moon. And the caution flag is out.
Here comes Biffle. 10th caution. Matt Kenseth has taken his car behind the wall. He's with Liz.
Matt, welcome to the Demolition Derby. What happened out there?
Well, I really couldn't hear you, but what happened was I think the Visine car was the best car tonight, and I drove all the way up past Steve Park's door, and he had to know I was there, and he just plain ran me off the track to block me, and regained control of my car, and then Hornaday, being the animal that he is, didn't hit me once, didn't hit me twice, but clobbered me 3 times and wrecked me, so I kind of held on to it after Park ran me off the track, but I couldn't hold on to it as many times as Hornaday hit me.
You can tell tempers are high here, Alan.
It's what you get at Bristol. Didn't I tell you before, when you're a pit reporter at Bristol, all you talk to are mad people all night.
And I was one of them at one time.
Yeah, I know you were. Greg Biffle leads. 27 laps to go. What's going to happen next? flag is up. Here at Bristol Motor Speedway, Greg Biffle is the race leader. 26 laps to go. We've already had 10 caution flags. How many more before the checkered flag?
And Greg Biffle crashed his car qualifying, had to start at the rear, and said, all I'm hoping for is a top 10 finish. I gotta stay out of trouble. Well, so far, he's looking pretty good. This is a battle for second spot between Steve Park, 31, 10. Jeff Green, 2. Kevin Harvick.
Maybe a little bad blood between these two over the pit road escapade earlier at lap 103. Let's go to pit road. Here's Marty.
Well, these guys have done a very good job, Vinny. They've been in a wreck. They've had a brake problem. And can you believe, Randy Goss, now you're in the lead?
It's unbelievable. This is a tribute to the crew. They've worked hard all night. The Granger car's running good, to tell you the truth. He's laying some laps down right now. As long as the two don't get by the 10 too soon, it'll be hard to beat him.
All right, the brake problem is that when he's at speed, the brakes are fine. When he slows down, under caution, the brakes are very soft. But under speed, again, the brakes are fine.
What was that about the 2 and the 10?
Yep. And this is when everybody's starting to get real impatient. We don't have many laps left. And this is where you really start leaning on each other.
Start? Did he say start? Did he get impatient?
These guys have been real patient, I think, for the first 200 laps.
So Jeff Green now back in 4th after Harvick went by. Ryan Newman is 5th in the 0-2. Then you've got Scott Wimmer, Eldon Sawyer, Kenny Wallace, Jimmy Spencer, and Chad Little is in 10th. And here goes Harvick on Park for 2nd, no contest.
All right, the 2 car.
Car in trouble, turn 1. Kevin LePage into the outside wall. That's Tony Raines, who spun off of turn 4. Caution is out. No, look out.
There's going to be more crashing before it's over if we aren't careful. Boy, Biffle did not want to see that caution flag and see that 2 car of Kevin Harvick drive up right on his rear bumper.
There's the reason for the caution. Kevin LePage hit the wall in turn 2. Look at the damage on Kevin Grubb's car.
Now they're going to talk about it a while. Not much talking going on, a lot of gesturing going on, using their hands.
But that's a language you guys all understand, right?
Yeah, they understand that language pretty well.
17 laps to go. Greg Biffle now with Kevin Harvick in his rearview mirror. Kevin Harvick. Will they both see the checker? Oh, Biffle's up the track. Harvick to the lead. Can you believe Kevin Harvick was 2 laps down after a flat tire at lap 83?
Now it looks like that Biffle has either debris on his tires or a flat.
Right front?
It's acting like the right front tire is flat. It acts like the right front tire is slack on air.
You can see the tires stuffed way up under the fender well there.
But meanwhile, Kevin Harvick has fought his way back. Here comes the 48 car of Kenny Wallace, beating on the back of the 23 car, Scott Wimmer.
That's for 4th place now. Marty, how about it for Greg Biffle?
Well, on the radio, Greg Biffle has said absolutely nothing. So the suspicion in the pits is that it's just debris on the tires. He has said nothing on what might be wrong on the car.
That's debris on the tires. He's got an awful lot of it, and it should have gone by now.
Yes. I mean, there's more problems than debris. I think he does have a flat tire. But with 10 laps to go, he probably, if he could just ride it out, he probably would be better than trying to make a pit stop and lose a couple laps.
So Kevin Harvick is the lead. 2nd place is where the fighting is going to be toward the finish, it appears, as Biffle's problems have shot Harvick out by a 2.5 seconds. There's Tony Raines has just slipped by Steve Park for 2nd. Now Jeff Green left to work on Park for 3rd.
33 car of Raines is a lap down, Alan.
Yeah, I was just going to say, check that. Raines is back in 18th place.
So this is a battle for 2nd. Jeff Green is right there. Steve Park is sideways, and Green goes to 2nd.
Wimmer's up in 4th. Kenny Wallace 5th. Here they are racing for 4th. Wallace to the inside. Got it. Elton Sawyer next to try and challenge Wimmer for 5th. On board Wimmer.
Elton Sawyer's a little faster than the 23 car right now, but only 5 laps to go.
Sawyer started in 6th position. He really hasn't been a factor in the top 5 all night until the very end.
4 to go. Hit your mark.
And Greg Biffle has gone from the lead back to the 17th position in the last 6 laps.
Clear low. Just watch him poking his head in there.
Here's Kenny Wallace by Steve Park. That's 3rd place.
And Elton Sawyer gets by Scott Wimmer and moves into 5th.
And Kevin Harvick will come to see the white flag next time by. Coming up on Greg Biffle to put him a lap down. Final lap here at Bristol. Harvick trying to win this race for a 2nd year in a row.
Clear.
Would you believe he was 2 laps down at lap 83 after a cut tire? He's made them both up and come back to score the victory. His 5th win of the year. Kevin Harvick has done it at Bristol.
Good job, guys.
Happy's happy.
It's pretty good comeback from 2 laps, BP.
That is
What's
amazing.
going on here with Biffle?
Yeah, but you done it, buddy.
Was that a congratulations or a curse you?
I don't think that was a congratulations from the 10.
Marty?
Well, Todd Barrier told us, he said, don't count us out. You were right. That was impressive, man.
Marty, what do you think about Kevin Harvick? Is he bad or what?
He's pretty good, I would have to say.
I'll tell you what. Oh, I'll tell you, we got a couple laps down there with that flat tire. He never give up, just like he does every week. And shoot, there are many more to come the rest of the year is all I can say.
Ryan Newman laid down the challenge with the burnout last week. Are we expecting a good one tonight?
I don't know. I told him to get a jack until tires ready, so there's never no telling.
All right, and it begins on the front stretch.
All right, judges, here we go. Nice figure 8. Okay, judges.
I give that a 10.
I give that a 10. Yes, that was a little bit better than the 0-2
Oh,
car last week.
look, donuts on the banking at Bristol.
Well, the bar's been raised. I mean, Newman did a good one last week, so.
Oh, the fans are loving it. If he's got any tires left, Kevin Harvick will be heading for victory lane shortly. We'll talk with him when we come back to Bristol on TNT. Time for our MBNA Winner's Circle interview. Here's Matt Yocum.
Straight Bristol race. Kevin Harvick starts on the front row, and for the 2nd straight night race, under the stars, whether it's a full moon or not, Happy Harv takes the Blue Deuce to victory lane as fireworks, Gatorade, and you name it's flying through the air, even some smoke as the car is overheating. You told me after the 0-2 to that tremendous burnout you were going to have to raise the bar even further. What about that one?
I had to give everybody a little something there. It doesn't get any better than that. I mean, coming from 2 laps down and winning a race, had to get a little aggressive with a few of them, but it's Bristol. And you got to do what you got to do to win, right?
An impressive run. Talk about the pass.
I mean, Biffle just slid up. I think the hardest one was green. I got into him a little bit and let him go, and he got sideways. But Biffle just slid up, and I can't say enough for the AC Delco guys. I mean, they've done a great job. Sonic, Sylvania, Coca-Cola, America Online, everybody.
Have you missed anybody?
Snap-on. We love our Snap-on tools.
You haven't missed anybody else, have you?
I don't think so. Let me look at this. Give me this microphone.
Whoa, hey. Rule number 1, you never take the mic because we can never get it back.
Take the mic from the Power Rangers.
Whoa, whoa. Kevin Harvick wins his 2nd straight Bristol night race under the lights.
Let's take a look at the finishing results from tonight's Food City 250. It's Kevin Harvick, win number 5 this season.
Radio.
Jeff Green gets 2nd. You see Wallace, Parks, Sawyer. Rest of the top 10. Jay Sauter came from the back of the field in a backup car to get a top 10.
See 16 cars on the lead lap. Mike McLaughlin on the last car. And Tony Raines would pass Greg Biffle for the 17th position on the last couple of laps.
Some of the cars that ran into problems late in the going, like Ron Hornaday, Matt Kenseth, crashed racing for the lead. Jason Keller, 2nd in points coming in. Going to go out in 29th place in tonight's race. Mikey Waltrip involved in the first 2 cautions. Out in 40th, and Ken Alexander never even made the first lap before the fuel pump failed on his car. We'll take a commercial break, and we'll hear from some of the other top finishers in tonight's race. In just a minute, we'll hear from Jeff Green about whatever all this was about after the race. In just a minute. Aren't those guys teammates next year? This was for 3rd at the time.
Go down in turn 1 and watch the 2 car go up, get in that left rear, just kind of push the 10 out of the way, take the spot, and go on.
Now, after the checkered flag, Greg Biffle there having a discussion with Kevin Harvick. Here comes Jeff Green to have a discussion with him. And Jeff Green is with Marty Snyder now.
Well, obviously your teammate, Winston Cup teammate, is in victory lane, Jeff, but you're very upset. What happened on the track, and then talk about your retaliation.
Well, I just tell him how good he was when I pulled up beside him after the race. But, you know, I went to the back. I made a mistake on pit road and run into Steve Park there and had to go all the way to the back and tried to get back up through there with our Nesquik forward. I could have knocked people out of the way, but I didn't. I hadn't touched a toe. And, you know, Kevin had a lot better tires than I did on at that point. He knocked me out of the way, about wrecked me. I almost wrecked. I almost gave up. I almost thought I spun out. And, no, I don't know. I guess that's the way to win them now. I don't know. You know, it's good action for the fans, but I guess he'll be able to sleep all right tonight.
Clearly, you thought his actions were uncalled for. What do you think your car owner will have to say about this?
I don't know. Richard will straighten out, I'm sure, but, you know, he does what he has to do, and if he wins races, he wants to win races like that, that's fine. That's not Jeff Green. So, you know, I'm going to try to pass him clean. If I can't pass him clean, I'm going to run 2nd. And, you know, I think I'll win more than not that way, and surely not piss a lot of people off like he did. So it's a good night for our NASCAR. I don't want to overshadow what we did tonight. We had a great car. We should have been up there all night. I just made a mistake on pit road, and we had to make up for it, and it took us all night to get back where we needed to be.
Well, definitely some harsh feelings, even though the Winston Cup teammates finished 1-2, Liz.
Steve, it was a wild night all night, but especially at the end. We talked to Kenseth about what happened. What do you think happened out there?
He got off turn 4 pretty good and got underneath me, and going down into turn 1, thought there was a lane open down there, and he got in pretty hot and got into the left rear quarter panel and bounced me off the outside wall. But that's just Bristol, and that's just racing. I mean, you know, I mean, me and Matt have raced a lot together, and like I said, I know for a fact that he didn't do it on purpose. He was just trying to win the race like we were trying to win. And just like to thank Whelen Engineering, John Olson, everybody back home. I mean, they put this program together. We only do 10 races. We've run 5 top 10s in the last 6 races. So Teddy Marsh and the guys, I just want to thank them all. They've done a great job.
And Steve finished his 4th here tonight. Dave?
Liz, Greg Biffle's day went from, actually evening, went from really, really great to really, really bad in a hurry. Greg, what happened there in those closing laps?
Well, it's just a flat right front tire. Same thing that happened to Harvick earlier in the race, and he was able to come back from it, and we weren't. The guys worked really hard, started at the back with a backup car, and man, I just, you know, the Granger Ford was really good today, and I'd like to thank all the sponsors, Coke and everybody. Just all the debris they left off of 4 when on 3 crashed in front of me and gave me the lead. Just it looked like a junkyard of metal out there, and it was bound somebody's going to get a flat tire. I was the first guy to go through it.
Just happened to be him after he was given that gift, like he said, of the lead. Alan?
Greg Biffle wound up in 18th place, 1 lap down. Championship standings, Kevin Harvick's lead was 2:36 coming in. It's 3:45 now after Keller and Biffle had trouble.